big time foster care proponent.
Yeah.
Tell me about what it means to you personally, knowing that you grew up in that atmosphere.
I think it's always, for me, to grow up where my mom was always supportive and taking care of a lot of children and bringing them inside the household, and it just really showed how big her heart was, and that's just the kind of woman she was. She raised us to care about other people and be and provide, and if we could, or in a position to help out, then that's sort of how she raised us, man. It was like, try to assist where you can, and because everybody doesn't have the same background or the same resources that we grew up with, and so we were always taught to give, and that's something that I've always been a proponent of, and I try to do as much as I can today.
It's always fun, obviously, in a smaller community like Pueblo, to have a world champion come and speak, and the kids look in their eyes and those types of things. It must give you a lot of joy that you have that kind of influence to be able to speak, to these kids.
I think when we do our jobs and we play ball, some people lose sight of that, where you think about, I'm just playing football, but to realize the amount of eyeballs that are on you, and that people are watching you, they're looking at you as that role model. And one of the greatest accomplishments that you, or compliments you can get, is when somebody comes up to you, a young child says, "Hey, I've been watching you, Mr. Davis. I idolize you, and I like what you did, what you've done off the field. Hey, I respect what you did on the football field, but the fact that you are a model citizen, man, I like how you handle yourself." Those things to me are something that rings more than somebody saying, "I like the fact that you score touchdowns on a football field."
Absolutely. And it's, a lot of these kids weren't alive when you were playing.
No. And, none of them were.
And when you're at training camp, I remember one of the things, I used to cover the Broncos back in the day. One of the things I remember is one of the hobbies you had was taking naps.
Yes,
you still
do. Yeah, that's a good hobby.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I slept for like 4 hours before I got here. No, I did take a nap before I got here. Yeah, it's a good hobby.
I mean, the things that you portray. I mean, obviously, a lot of people like the role that you're playing. When you talk tonight, what are the things you're going to be telling the audience?
Well, the things we're going to focus on tonight is really just inspiration. Talk about that. Talk about team building, and really just talk about success in terms of forward progress, and looking at it through. A lot of people look at when you have success, they think that you had that in mind and that vision. And yes, there's goals that you want to achieve, but there's a process to get to that. And you just don't wake up in the morning and all of a sudden you become either Terrell Davis, John Elway, or whomever. It's about a process. And that's every day. It's working hard, it's sacrificing, it's studying, it's trying to do the best you can do, and realizing that you can only, be as good as you prepare. So all those things factor into it. It's never just one action. It's always a series of actions that lead to anybody's success. And that's sort of the message I like to give to young people.
Everybody, can we give a big hand for Terrell Davis? So, we've got our boys on this side and our girls on that side. One time.
Why are the girls doing
We can't look at boys. Yep. All right. Hey, is George here? Where's George at? He's at the cottage. Oh, he's at the cottage? All right. He's at the cottage? Okay. So do you want to take him and introduce him to some of the kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Sounds good. All right, Cottage 10 boys. You guys stand up. So this is Cottage 10. This is our
Cottage 10 boys. How you guys doing? Handshake's good?
Come on down, boys.
How's it going? Doing well?
My name's Chris.
Chris? Nice to meet you, Terrell. Come down. How you doing, Terrell? Sebastian? Miguel. Nice to meet you, Miguel. Justin, nice to meet you. How's it going? Doing well?
I heard that you're a football player.
You heard that? Yeah, I think that's... Yes, sir.
I made this for you. It's
You
like
make this?
Five Nights at Freddy, but it's the Broncos song.
It's the Broncos side. Yeah, that's real cool.
I do.
Hey man, it's all good. You guys are Terrell. My name is Terrell Davis. Yes, Terrell Davis. I don't think you're gonna play a game. You guys might hurt me, man. I don't know. Did you want to play football? What did you want to do?
Football.
You guys wanted to tackle me? Is that what it is? No, you guys can't tackle me. You guys might beat me up, man.
All right, boy. Hey, guys, what?
You guys are getting me emotional. Yeah. Getting me emotional. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing fantastic. Are you guys huge Bronco fans?
I love the Broncos.
You know,
I love the Broncos too.
You love the Broncos? But you don't have to watch the Broncos to like.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
My
that's
dad
right,
and my
man.
mom. Excited to Daniel.
Yes.
Same two things. Thank you.
That I can do.
He's made his life so much better. He's in my arm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, all right. Can I borrow that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you find my song? That would be kind of embarrassing.
No, guys, no, that's enough. That's enough, guys. That's enough. Thank you. Nope, thanks, guys.
I'm keeping that.